Hello guys, it's Football here with John Montez and we are back again with another analysis. Game week 9. Game week 9. A really interesting game. Actually, the game we want to look ahead into is Chelsea versus Arsenal. That is the biggest game this weekend. Actually, it's a nice, interesting game after the international break. What do you think of it, Evans? It's a tough one. This weekend, giving us Chelsea versus Arsenal. After international break, 2 weeks without football, what do we actually, before we continue, before we go far, tell us, what is the secret of bold decision? Because you have been winning bold decision since ever. Yes. You started doing this, we started doing this analysis. You have been winning all bold decisions you have taken. What is the secret?
First, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
We are back again with game
week 9, yeah.
With another round of predictions. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, this weekend we will not have a bold decision.
No bold decision.
No bold decision. But I promise next week we shall have one.
Bold decision.
Yes. So the big game for the weekend is Chelsea
Arsenal
versus Arsenal.
Really interesting game.
A very difficult game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you know, considering the last 4 or 3 games that Chelsea have played,
they
have really done a good job. They've got some impressive results.
Yeah, in the last.
I think they've won. If I include Carabao, they've won against Brighton, they won against Fulham, and they also won against Burnley 4-1. The latest, yes, 4-1. It means they're charged up and they are
highly motivated.
They are highly motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to Arsenal, Arsenal have also done a good job.
Especially with pulling result out of Man City.
Out of Man City, one in the last game, that was impressive.
Really impressive. Actually, people are surprised with that. Most people may not think it was a surprising thing, but if you look the record between Manchester City and Arsenal,
it's always been a one-sided game.
Yeah.
City have won, I think, the last 9 games or 7 games, which is bad for Arsenal.
It's bad.
They managed to win
against
Manchester City, which is a very good result for them.
Mm-hmm.
But now coming this weekend, it's against Chelsea, and
which is also a very well-motivated team. Today, before we continue there, most of the Chelsea fans are saying that we are trying to be biased with Chelsea, that we are not analyzing Chelsea well.
No, today is the day.
Today is the day. we have to be. Actually, before we entered into studio, I told you that I don't want to analyze this game based on the emotions or the rivalry between Chelsea and Manchester United, or Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester United. If we go to real basic football now, in the current form, we are not disputing. Arsenal game is really good.
Arteta has done a massive job.
Actually,
he took the role when Arsenal was a perennial top of 4 out of top 4.
Yeah.
I think for the last, I don't know how many seasons they've been in out of top 4.
So he has really done excellent work there. Yes. So Arsenal are really playing beautiful football, and you are not disputing what Pochettino is trying to do with Chelsea. What do you think of Chelsea game?
I think
at the moment,
it's a motivated lot.
Mm-hmm.
No, they had a lot of how do you call it?
Injuries, and a lot of
changes. New players coming in,
new manager,
new management. They also sold a lot of players.
Yeah,
and I think it's the gelling is trying to work out now, as seen in the previous results. And I think it will not be an easy game for Arsenal. Especially in the midfield, Chelsea are now okay.
Yeah.
The likes of Enzo, Caicedo is now trying to prove himself.
You have Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez and Gallagher. They are really
the minor mistakes he did in the previous games, I think he has now
reduced them.
Yes, he has reduced them. Now going with the striking force, that is where the problem lies for Chelsea. Because for far too long it's been. It's called Jackson.
They have Jackson, Palmer, and Sterling. Most of the time, last game, the game they won against Burnley.
Yes.
Broja started.
Yes.
Jackson started.
But Jackson did not start. It paid off.
And imagine Jackson came out from the bench and scored. So this one means If you're a manager, who do you think?
It's a good competition.
Broja or Jackson giving you a problem there?
For me, I'll not go with Jackson because he has really missed a lot of chances in the previous games. I think he's a player who is good from the bench. He's a substitute,
a substitute player.
Because now, if they have a competition between Amanda Broja and Jackson, that will be healthy for the team.
Yeah, because I was trying to look this game into different angle. Arsenal, if you look Arsenal defensive, they don't concede a lot of goals. And if you look at Chelsea also, they don't concede. Even the moment they were in the bad spell, they never conceded one. They don't go to.
Yes.
They either 1-2 or 0-0. Yeah. Most of the results, or most of Chelsea results is also a draw. Most of it. So if you look Arsenal, their midfield, they play Partey's back. He never started against Man City, but
Partey's back.
He's back.
Yes.
Which probably I think he will start. Partey, Odegaard, Rice. What do you think of this midfield of three?
That's a very strong midfield.
Yeah,
you've seen the capability of Odegaard.
And
he can shoot.
He can create chances.
And also create chances. Actually, in the previous season, he's among the top players that created so many chances, including Bruno and De Bruyne. Yes, but now the problem with Arsenal is they are also missing a very key player. Saka is still out. And Saka has also been influential in the previous games.
Yeah.
So, in as much as they won against Manchester City, but they still miss his services.
Yeah.
But actually, in the last game, Gabriel Martinelli really stepped up and also.
He actually came from the bench. That is what this was really surprised me. So, if you are Arteta if you are in Arteta's position, would you start Martinelli, Jesus, and Trossard, or will you start Nketiah, Jesus, and Trossard?
I think Trossard picked some injury. I don't know whether he's managed to shift it. Yes, Trossard is also out. So unless maybe the 2 weeks international break allows him to recover. But he picked some injury, which I don't know, some knock, which I don't know whether he'll be in or we'll still keep him out. So
probably I think it's a tough call. It's a tough call for Arteta, especially if you look at these young players, and you have to build your bench also. You have to look, who am I bringing on?
And that has been the strength of Arsenal.
Who am I bringing on? That is where Arsenal has really played, and that is where they have managed. So if we just go to the result list, I know it's a tough call. You have to
actually. That's why I'm saying there's no ball decision.
There's no ball decision. On based on the result, what do you think if, let's say for example, Arsenal was to win this?
Yes.
Where?
Actually, before we go directly to result, also let's check at the keepers.
The keepers, yeah. There's a strong
competition in Arsenal. Ramsdale and how do we call him? David Raya. Yeah, I think the competition is very healthy and is also helping the team.
Who should you start?
Raya
against Chelsea.
I still go with Raya.
Yes. Arteta might have a change here, because if you look Manchester City, if Manchester United could have the players they really had, some mistakes there. We watched that game with you.
Yes, I watched.
We saw what Raya, some individual mistakes.
It was
almost costing the team. And if you are going to play against Chelsea, who are really angry for results and also pressing up, do you think now with Ramsdale can have a chance and think, okay, I think I might have a chance here?
Those ones were individual mistakes, and I think they were able to correct them. And even Arteta himself saw, and he must have talked to the player to correct such simple mistakes.
Nani is there. You cannot just do those simple mistakes, then you expect
you have a healthy competition.
You have a healthy competition.
Yes.
Sanchez of Chelsea, what do you think?
Sanchez
is one man show.
One man show. I don't know whether someone can really dislodge him in that position.
He's good,
but he's also a good player.
He's a good player.
He's also proved himself. So those notwithstanding, it's a tough call, but the recent form of Chelsea makes them no underdog in this game. Of course, in the previous matches, head-to-head matches between Chelsea and Arsenal, I think I've won the last 3 or 4 games against Chelsea. But this time round, I don't think it will be the same. For me, it's either draw or Chelsea can win it.
That's a call. That's a big call. That is a big question we are asking today. Who gets the win? I think that is where we analyze this Chelsea game. That is what we want to look ahead. We have looked ahead into. We want to go to game week 9 prediction. We have really interesting games and really tough calls. Really, really tough calls here. The first game.
Yes.
We have Liverpool.
Early kickoff.
Early kickoff. Everton. And we know the history of Liverpool with early kickoff, especially with the players their players were playing in international break, and most of them were outside Europe.
Yes.
What do you think? Liverpool, Everton.
Number one, that is a Merseyside derby.
Yeah.
Derby sometimes
it changes. It doesn't matter who you are.
If you're down, sometimes you can just pick result out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
But I know Everton also struggling.
Yeah.
And they also registered a mixture of results.
Mixed results in
not
between the
consistent, yes. But I think Liverpool will be too strong for them. Because in as much as Liverpool drew the last game, they drew 2-2 by the way against Brighton,
which was really surprising.
Which was surprising. Then the other game, Liverpool also lost against Tottenham. You remember they were given 2 red cards. 2 red cards.
Yes,
and it ended 2-1 in favor of Tottenham.
Yeah.
So I doubt Liverpool will manage to drop
another points. Yes. Because there's a competition coming there. We are going to talk about it.
The top 5 race.
The top 5 race is really interesting.
So they'll not prove to drop another points. It will be costly for them.
So
Liverpool here.
Even me, this one, I'm good in favor of Liverpool because I try to look the strength of Liverpool and Everton, and I see there's no chance.
No,
not even there's no chance, but I feel like Liverpool is too strong.
No, Everton is just a funny team. The last game, they won 3-0 against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
The previous game before that, they lost 2-1 against Luton Town. And actually they were at home.
So they have a mixed results.
Tottenham is a very
interesting game. Yeah. So, I'll go with Liverpool on this one.
Same, I'll go with Liverpool.
We have another team here which really a big call. I had to make a big call onto this one. Brentford versus Burnley. This is a tough one. It's not easy. If you look of these mid-table teams, in terms of now, these are average clubs.
Yes.
Just put it that way. Average clubs. Brentford versus Burnley. Tough one.
Actually, Brentford in the last game, they were almost pulling a historic win at Old Trafford. Except for the heroics for McTominay, who scored 2 quick goals.
2 quick goals at the last minute.
Few seconds actually, few minutes. It means they are capable of doing something, but they also need now to start winning games. Otherwise, they'll find themselves in a very precarious position, which will really cost them. So this game against Burnley, I think it's a must win for them. Burnley, on the other hand, they're also in the same position.
They're in the same position. They need results.
Burnley also need results, and also a very quick one, because right now they sit number 18. Burnley, and Brentford number 15, 7 points, and Burnley 4 points, which they are almost the same. There's no much difference. If Burnley wins and Brentford loses, it means they'll tie.
They tie. But
going with the past results, Brentford really played well against United.
True. Even Burnley. We are not disputing Burnley. Burnley played. Actually, Manchester United is a donation team. If you want points, you come to them.
And before that, Brentford drew 1-1 with the Nottingham Forest. Before also losing 1-0 against Arsenal. Actually, the Arsenal really labored to get that 1-0. Yes. I think against Burnley, it's high time now they start getting results. Because there's now no excuse.
No excuse for
There's no excuse. So I'll go with Brentford. Though a very tough call, but they'll win with a narrow margin. Yes.
This one was tough. Even for me.
No, I've not had your pick.
Yeah, I'm picking. I'm talking about that. Brentford versus Burnley. It's a tough one. Actually, for me, I went with a draw. Because I feel like they don't. Of course, Burnley. I know the strength of Burnley. They're not good in forward. They're good defending. Brentford the same. They don't finish game early. They lose a lot of chances. So this one I tried to go with an X. I tried to go with a draw on this one. So it's just a matter of waiting. It was a tough call for me. It was a tough call, and I just had to do it. A draw.
Yes.
A draw. Bournemouth versus Wolves. What do you think? That's the third game. Really interesting game versus.
Bournemouth is another Everton.
Bournemouth is another Everton.
They've got a strong team, but they're languishing in I don't know number.
If they get Man City,
I don't know they're languishing.
I promise you.
Languishing in number 19.
Hey!
3 points. Surely after 8 games. Bournemouth did not need to be serious. You know, they have a game against Wolves. Actually, Wolves are really motivated a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they drew 1-1 with was it Aston Villa? The previous game.
I think after winning against Man City.
After winning against Man City, they drew 1-1 with Aston Villa.
Then they're coming back again.
And actually, I watched the game.
Yeah.
It was a very tough game for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they really gave Aston Villa a hard time.
Uh-huh.
But also building on their previous score against Manchester City, which was very impressive.
True.
Yes. But Bournemouth, I don't know the last time they won a match.
They have some.
No, I can't remember the last time. Because the last game, they were beaten 3-0 by Everton.
Tough corner.
Before that, they lost 4-0 against Arsenal.
Which you can think, maybe it's Arsenal
Yes.
and really they can pull something out of Wolves.
They also lost 3-1 against Brighton. So, I think the last time they got a point was against Chelsea. Those early days when they drew 0-0.
Chelsea!
So it's high time they start picking results, but I want the win against the draw against Aston Villa should not
Demotivated.
should not the win. No, the Wolves draw against Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And that one should not I don't know, should not demotivate Wolves. I mean Bournemouth. But for this game, I think I'll go with the draw.
Go with the draw.
I was tempted to call to give Nini Wolves, but I don't see a way where they just find it. They just find it hard.
Okay. For me on this one, I will pick Wolves. I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
I'll go with Wolves, but I don't think Wolves are going to get it easy. It's going to be a tough one. Not a lot of goals, but I will go with the favor of Wolves because I think Wolves they have something special there that can pull result out of this.
Yes, they have that South Korean guy.
Yeah.
I don't know very well. He's called Lee Chang-wan.
So
and Pedro Neto.
So
Yes.
I have a feeling.
And the likes of Nelson Semedo.
Hey, they have a good
Yao
luck there.
Silva.
They have a good
They
luck
have
there.
got good players. Fabio Silva and the likes. Yes.
So for this one, for me, honestly, I will go with the Wolves. I'll go with the Wolves on this one.
I picked draw. No.
You pick it on this one. Was it the third one or the fourth one?
The fourth one.
The fourth one.
Yes.
We have Nottingham Forest versus Luton. Tough one also. Almost average team. If you look compare this one, it's tough one. Not although if you look into it on paper, you feel like Nottingham Forest have a chance of pulling in.
Yes.
And if you know football, we are going 11 against 11. These are those surprising results you never expected that can come out of it.
But why do we normally rate this Nottingham Forest so high? Yet it is also not picking because most of the time when they're playing with the mid-table teams,
they don't get result.
We normally give them upper hand and they normally fail to get result.
Exactly, that is what happened last
week. They drew 0-0 against Palace,
which we thought they could pull result.
Yes. Before that, they drew 1-1 against Brentford. Yet they were home. They were at home. So
you have been favoring
this Nottingham Forest. I think it's high time now they start
showing up.
The last time we're backing it.
Even for me, this is I think if they don't pull something, if you cannot beat Luton or Nottingham Forest, then I don't know what you can.
I think the last time I'm backing this is Nottingham Forest. For this weekend,
even we are going with
Nottingham Forest.
I'm going with this one. If you cannot pick result against Luton seriously, with the squad, they have spent more money than Luton.
Than Luton because they have the likes of they released
Obumo. Do you remember Obumo? Helanga. They have Origi. Origi is there.
But he's a bench player. I don't know why they are not playing him.
They have this Odoi.
There's Callum Odoi.
They have a lot of good players there.
Sergio Aurier, the former Tottenham guy, PSG guy.
So they have a good lot there that can put result against.
There's something wrong there in that squad. Luton down, I think we just excuse us in this one.
The fifth one. This one is a really tough one. Not tough.
Which one?
The third one. Do you think Manchester City can lose a game 3 times in a row? For the first time. Possible.
I think it will be
Man City Brighton.
I think it could be historic if we were to lose. Actually, that's my team. It will be historic if we were to lose 3 games in a row. Actually, I can't remember the last time such a thing happened. 3 games in a row for Guardiola.
Hey,
it can happen, yes.
It can happen.
This is a game of football, but
Yeah.
Brighton needs to. They have to take a lot of care actually, because if they are not careful, this will
They can eat 7. Brighton can take 7 home.
Actually, I think we should be back to our routine win, because what happened in the last 2 games.
Do you think some people are closing the gap if Manchester City loses?
We are now the chasing lot, because it's Tottenham and Arsenal who are
those
there.
are, let me tell you
Those are pace setters.
Do you remember the Supreme Court? They said the hot hair.
I remember.
Yeah, that is hot hair. Just relax. Tottenham, we know where
No, Tottenham. No, I mean Arsenal. We cannot.
We cannot. Arsenal, no, we can.
Yes.
We can pull something. So Man City versus Brentford. Brighton is I'll go with the one on this one. Even I don't think Man City can lose 3 in a row. It's tough. I don't think so. Number 6, Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Tough call. Especially with the Newcastle, also with the mixed result. How can you beat PSG, then you come and play against which team did they play last week? The
PSG.
They played PSG, then came and drew. I don't know. They lost on the weekend.
I predicted that draw. It was against.
Was it game week 7? Yeah, I think 7. Burnley.
We're talking of Newcastle.
Newcastle. I'm talking of Newcastle versus Burnley.
No, but I'm saying the last game after beating PSG, they went ahead and drew with the West Ham.
Imagine.
And I think I predicted that game, and that was the result.
Come on, Newcastle. What do you think of Newcastle Crystal Palace this weekend?
I think that's it seems like a direct game, and Newcastle to win, because there's no other way that Palace will try to
silence them.
Yes. No, Newcastle are now charging up to be somewhere, so that in the first leg of the season, they're somewhere number 5 or
number
4.
3.
Actually, right now they're still behind. Yes. So we go with Newcastle.
I go with Newcastle on this one also. Yes. Okay, we have talked about Chelsea and Arsenal, which I probably go with an X, a draw. You picked draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if I can just reaffirm. Actually, Arsenal should take. Chelsea can pick a point.
3 points.
3 points here. So it's either draw or Chelsea. Win for Chelsea.
Tough call. A very big game tomorrow, actually. Yes. Sheffield United versus Manchester United. Manchester United have a lot of stories in between the week.
Actually, I was almost tempted to place the bold decision in that.
You cannot place bold decision on Manchester United, but Manchester United is capable of winning results.
Yes, that's why I'm saying I was almost.
They also have mixed results, because it's hard to analyze Manchester United, because if you remember the way we won the last game, it was luck, something like that. Miraculously.
Two quick goals.
And we haven't been playing well.
Of course.
It's not a good picture. What do you think? Do you think something we should build on, Manchester United should build some with that result?
Yes, of course, because actually Ten Hag before, if actually could have lost that game against Brentford,
it could have been sacked.
Maybe right now he could have been relieved of his duties.
Yeah.
No one knows.
McTominay saved the day.
Yes, McTominay saved the day. And I think the best reward he can give McTominay is to start him.
Because we were debating on that.
Yes, I think the player himself will be motivated, even if he will not perform the same way he performed the previous game. But the best way to reward him is by handing over a start, which will really help him, and also the club. But
away. Remember, we are playing away.
We are also playing away, and we are also struggling. But the 2 weeks, I think they have an entire 2 weeks to fix whatever problem they have. Whether goalkeeping, whether some bit of technical. whatever problem they have, I don't know which problem they have, you can tell us as a fan, but whatever problem you
have a lot of problems. You have a lot of
you had a window of 2 weeks to fix those problems.
What do you think of this news of sales? Can it affect the result on the pitch?
The 25% for Sir Ratcliffe.
Yeah. What do you think of it? Can you actually not even the 25%?
Yes.
I'm talking of full ownership of the stories, because Manchester United have been leading in this period of this international break.
Yes.
They have been leading all through the media.
Yes.
They are hot headline Manchester United, nothing else. Do you think this one can affect the result against Sheffield United?
Not really, because those are off the field issues.
And you have dealt with a lot of them.
Yes, and there are a lot of them, which we also manage to handle good. Yes. So I think that one will not interfere with any on the field results. But going with the now analysis, I think Sheffield is, I think it's the bottom team. They're number 20.
Yeah, most probably.
And I don't know, they have 1 point.
They have a draw. They have a draw.
Out of 8 points.
Out of 8 games.
They only have 1 point.
1 point.
So it would be shameful if United
loses a point.
Nah, what else can we say past that? It will be shameful.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Manchester United has to
game to win. There's no any other choice.
The tough one, this one, I think this is the last game on Sunday, because Tottenham versus Fulham is on Monday.
Yes.
Aston Villa versus West Ham, and it's the only game on Sunday.
Yes, that is the only game on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Aston Villa, I normally back Aston Villa. If you've been following our videos,
yeah.
I normally
always wonder sometimes how can you take a good decision on Aston Villa to get results. Sometimes I wonder.
And the last time I gave them the game against Brighton,
you gave them
where they won 6-1. And actually I predicted it right.
Yeah.
The previous game I gave them draw against West Ham, and it ended up in a stalemate draw.
Yeah.
So today.
Can it be the bold decision? Let's wait.
Tomorrow
actually.
They are playing against Sunday. Actually, it's not a bold decision, but I have a strong conviction that it will be a very tough game. You know, West Ham,
it's not easy.
Just behind them. Around, I think 13 points, and Aston Villa has 16 or 15 points. So it's a tough call. Also, no, if West Ham wins, it will go above Aston Villa. And actually they'll be around number 6 or number 5.
Yeah.
And Aston Villa will not allow them to do that. Again, West Ham, if they lose this game, they might find themselves in the page 2.
After leading?
Yes. They might find themselves in page 2. You know where page 2 is? Number 11.
Number 11.
Yes. So it's a tough call, but I don't think it will be an outright win for Aston Villa. I'll go with that draw.
Aston Villa for me. For me, I feel Aston Villa. Okay, West Ham. I've watched West Ham playing. They have gotten some result. Moyes is doing a really. Is it Moyes?
Yes.
Yeah, Moyes. He's doing a really good job.
Yes.
At West Ham. And I feel Aston Villa, with what Unai Emery is doing there, they are capable of getting result against West Ham.
Then also something to consider. You know, Aston Villa is also donated many of their players were also involved in international break.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so I think that one could also have a toll
effect
on them. Yes.
But
not so much. It's just a tough game between them and West Ham.
Yeah. But for me, I will back Aston Villa to this.
Okay.
Nothing against West Ham, but I will back Aston Villa.
Okay.
This. I have a feeling Aston Villa will win this one. The next one is Tottenham on Monday night.
Monday night football. Actually, where Fulham has played Monday nights this around 2 games now. Yes, this will be their third game.
Against
game. Fulham, against Luton,
Chelsea,
against Chelsea, and now against Tottenham.
Monday night. Tottenham versus Fulham.
And all of them have gone south for them.
So for them, what do you think of the third one? This one goes south for Tottenham.
No, for Fulham. Yes.
You feel Tottenham will win this?
Of course, that's an outright win. There's no any other choice.
Tottenham at home, trying to be on top of the league, try to win the league.
And actually, they have to keep that momentum.
They have to keep the momentum.
League, that could be their downfall.
Tottenham.
Tottenham, also about Tottenham.
Smash a like on the video. Let's see down on the comment section what you guys think about game week 9. Really interesting. And the main game we want you to talk about is Chelsea versus Arsenal. Where do you think this one is going to land? It's really a tough decision you have to make. It's really a tough call. I know a lot of hypes are coming from next week, tomorrow. So we'll come back on probably maybe on Monday or next Wednesday. Yeah, to do a review.
Pundits.
What has happened?
The pundits have said it is a tough call.
It's a tough call. So make sure you smash a like on the video. Don't forget to click that subscription button. If you know you are new, click that subscription button. Don't forget to click that notification bell, so each and every time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. To our subscribers, we want to say thank you so much for your continuous support. Without you, we could not be able to reach where we are at the moment. So thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Until we do the next one, peace. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.